Curious if you have a relationship at all with Matt Corral, and also what do you like about the way he plays quarterback?
Yeah, we're both from Southern California. I've always, seen them. It's kind of a tight knit community as far as just quarterbacks across the country, but especially quarterbacks in SoCal and in the same area. So, I've always known of him. I've worked with him a few times. I've talked to him a few times. So, I have a lot of respect for his game. Again, being able to kind of see him progress from like me remembering him as a freshman in high school to obviously all the things he's doing now. So I have a ton of respect for him.
Michael.
And two, if I could, just first, how would you assess your the downfield passing game through the first 4 games?
I think there's positives and negatives to everything. Think we've hit some stuff downfield, but definitely want to obviously be a lot more consistent. There's some stuff we want to tighten up. There's week to week stuff that we want to improve on, but there's definitely a lot of room for improvement and stuff for us to work on.
Katie.
Michael, do you want to do your second question, or are you good? Okay. Coach Saban just talked about how Lane Kiffin kind of helped him change the offense and his philosophy and taught him a lot about offense. And I guess you probably would have been in like middle school, high school when Lane Kiffin was the OC here. But how do you think him kind of changing it to spread and changing the type of quarterbacks Alabama uses helped get guys like you, Tua and Jalen to come to Alabama?
I haven't necessarily. I wasn't here while Coach Kiffin was here, was being recruited while Coach Kiffin was here. But I've heard a lot of things. Just as far as just being in the offensive room, being in the quarterback room, I've heard a lot of positive things about the stuff that he's brought. He brought while he was here, and the stuff that he contributed to the offense. So I'm really happy with where the offense is now as far as the schematics of it. So obviously there's a lot that myself and us as a unit has to improve on to execute at a higher level. But I'm really excited to be here, and it really like our scheme.
John.
Bryce, if you had to sum the answer up, what brings all these Southern California quarterbacks to SEC country, which used to be I formation, 3 yards, caught a dust, and all that?
Yeah, that's a good question. I can't speak for everyone, obviously, but speaking for myself, this was a place where I was able to compete against the best in practice, and then being in the SEC, being able to compete, against the best, week by week was really big as far as, what was attractive for me here, and the system that we ran was one that translates really well to where everyone wants to go, and you see kind of the development of each quarterback that's been here, and a lot of other SEC places, but just speaking on my personal experience, seeing the development of quarterbacks and seeing the success, and this offense being one that can translate to the next level, and is one that's really good as far as developing quarterbacks. That was something that was really attractive, and of course playing and practicing against the best.
Tony.
Given the way that you're able to kind of extend plays with your legs, do you almost like it or invite it when the defense blitzes you, as it kind of gives you a chance to kind of open up plays downfield?
Obviously we can't dictate, what the defense calls, what they bring. So, it's not necessarily a preference one way or the other. We just, throughout the week, we put a plan together of what we're going to do versus the different looks that, that we can expect. And, also there are rules that carry over from the off season that we implement for when things go we aren't able to account for everything, or we're faced with the unexpected. So, it's not necessarily it's something we can't control. So, there's really no good in me hoping someone, a defensive play caller does this or that. So, we have plans set in place for, anything we prepare for, and we just try to execute based off whatever we get.
And what kind of goes through your head when you do face that pressure? Like, I know a lot of it's instinctual, but like kind of what's going through your head there?
Yeah, again, we resort a lot to what we've been taught, during the week, during the off season. Again, we have those rules, that preparation. So, it's not a lot of, it's really your mind goes to whatever whatever read, whatever adjustment, whatever it is that you're supposed to that we're working on all week and that we train for all week. Whenever we get whatever look we get, your mind just goes to the practice reps and the reps of film and trying to figure out that answer.
Charlie.
Yeah, Bryce, obviously you're going to be facing Ole Miss's defense, but do you get excited whenever you have these matchups with another successful quarterback and another high-powered offense?
It's definitely, that's a good question, actually. For me, like you said, I'm definitely more focused on the defensive end. I'm really just watching defensive film and focusing on what we have to do, what we have to do offensively. That's really kind of how I approach it. Again, that's kind of an external factor that you can't really control as far as what the other offense runs or who's on the other side offensively. So for me, all I'm really looking at is their defense, and we know that we have to have a really good week of practice. We have to prepare really hard, and really I'm just focused on trying to prepare during the week so that we can execute how we like to.
Mike.
Yeah, Bryce, just where would you say your connection is right now with John Mechie, and just what are you seeing from defenses, in terms of defending him?
Yeah, I think Mech has seen a lot of different looks, a lot of different adjustments, coverage adjustments. That's something that really I think shows how good of a player he is, that he's been able to make a lot of plays despite it, and also to see he kind of has been getting that respect from the teams we've been playing and their coordinators as far as him getting thrown a lot of different looks. And for us as a unit, as an offense, it's on us to combat whatever looks are thrown at us, and ultimately offensively to put points on the board.
Jacob.
Hey, Bryce, the old adage, tight ends are a quarterback's best friend, but you've got two guys that have really come up big for you. You've scored a significant portion of the touchdowns that you've thrown. Just what's it like out there when you're seeing Latu and you're seeing Billingsley and you've got favorable matchups with how diverse tight ends can be in today's game? Yeah, definitely. Lil and Cam have been a really good, really great, addition for us offensively. For them to both be able to contribute, that. I feel like that makes us a lot better offensively, and I have a tremendous amount of confidence and respect with both of them. Being able to see them and us trying to again get them some favorable matchups, and then be able to contribute both in the pass and run game. It's really unique, and it definitely makes my job a lot easier. So both of those guys, I'm super happy to have both of them.
Steven.
Bryce, you came in with Jace McClellan and Roydell Williams, but just Roydell in particular, how have you seen him grow to that next level and being a running back that can contribute here?
Yeah, definitely. Roydell's someone who, who a lot of people don't see the work he puts in. Kind of with a lot of people, it's like that. But Roydell's someone who's always working hard in the weight room, always working hard in practice, always finishing every rep, and I think that really shows. You can tell that hardworking attitude he has and the positivity he brings to the team, it really translates on the field. He's someone I feel like has grown a lot as far as being a lot more comfortable in the offense this year, with this being his second year. He's been able to feel everything out. He's been doing really well in practice, and that was the whole off season. And now, especially with more of the success he had last game, to see that is super encouraging. So, I'm excited to see what the future has in store for him.
Final two questions, Bruce and then Aaron.
Bryce, what do you think has helped you the most? Something that either your parents or maybe your high school coaches instilled in you that probably shaped you in terms of just your temperament and your focus? It seems like you're pretty unflappable and just kind of made this seamless transition. Where do you think that comes from?
Well, I appreciate it, but I'd say there's a few factors. First, honestly, really, I think it comes a lot from my faith. I feel like that's really where I get my power from, and I feel like, really my job is just to glorify God out on the field, and I know that, he everything's written, and that, I can kind of have faith and trust in that, and that kind of allows me to maybe be a little little looser, more locked in, really, but really not to, not to stress as much. And also my parents as well. They both, that's something that we kind of developed together. But my parents have been really integral in my life and have helped me a lot. And both my parents are athletes, but my father also played football. And he's kind of learned throughout his time playing and playing the sport, and his time, just growing up and maturing, him kind of talking to me about my temperament and the positives and negatives and kind of manage it. But I'm definitely not where I want to be yet. There's definitely a lot of room for improvement as far as just me and my mental. So I'm just looking forward to improving.
Final question, Aaron.
You previously talked about the explosive plays you guys made in the passing game on Saturday night, but you also had your best rushing performance. Does that go hand in hand? How much easier is your job when the defense has to respect the run and you can make some explosive plays in the passing game?
Yeah, I think a balanced offense is something that we always, strive for. When you can be deadly in the rushing game, it's easier to be deadly in the pass game and vice versa. So I think we all understand how much we lean on each other offensively. When we say it's a unit, it really is a unit. Every position, affects everyone else's. We all have to be in sync, and again, that balanced attack is something that we pride ourselves in, and something that we're still looking to improve on. So, we saw some encouraging stuff, and then again, some stuff that we want to get better at. So we just have to keep working and trying to perfect where we want to be at.